try to get the names of all these friends and stuff like that. But there are a few videos. Apparently, they did come home and start, running mouths off on these here social media platform. That's one of the other things too for these young people. Don't realize that when they get on here and start doing all this talking and stuff like that, they just be telling on themselves, and you just just giving it all up. So the truth always comes to the surface, right? Because a lie, has to be covered up, and everybody. That's why they had all different stories and stuff, because they didn't agree on what the lie was going to be, right? And people add stuff, take away stuff, and are looking at things from different perspectives and stuff. So what I want to do is the one Nazir, he has a video that's going out, and want to play that and break down his body language and the behavior, so we can kind of put a little bit more pieces together about what we kind of saw on the last video that we just did. So bear with me right quick. I'm gonna pull that video up. Let me get it right here. There's a commercial. All right, I'm gonna skip ad. All right, we'll pause it there, and we will do that. And let me pull that video up. This is going to be this is the gentleman Nazir, right? So I want y'all to go back and recall the voice that we heard on. I don't think we played on there. Anyway, the video. Listen to this. It's my birthday, and I'm gonna go to this trip because I got asked to go on the trip in June. All right. So first of all, I'm gonna stop right there. Just after the first few words here, what what is anything that you all noticed? To me, it sounds like the same voice that said, "Quilla, are you gonna at least fight back?" Or something like that. I messed up the entire quote, but it sounds like the same voice of the individual who said, "Quilla, will you at least fight back?" Right? Or the person who was actually taking the video. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Let's go ahead and get back to play this here. I replied because I didn't know that was for my birthday, since the next birthday was the next week after mine. So where was it? Oh, yes, I left on Saturday. The trip was from Friday to Monday, October 28th, 29th, 30th. 31st going home. And just keep in mind, a lot of times you can tell when somebody is lying when they start telling story, right? So story and lie kind of the same thing, right? Most of the time, the truth is the truth, so people don't realize, people don't start explaining. The truth doesn't really need explaining because it's just the truth. Like, I don't have to explain to you that these earrings are green. The dress is really green too. It's just the lighting. It doesn't show. This here's a green Tommy Hilfiger dress, size 6. But I don't need to say that because you can see that it is. I don't need to say it because I already know that it is, right? So he is explaining, and he's trying to give a timeline, because you can tell this is how these narcs do. They start trying to paint the picture because they really believe that they can change your minds or persuade you to think a certain way. That's their whole goal, to manipulate you, to control your mind, to get you to think this, like, you know what I mean. They'll do this, look over here, while they kind of get you on the side there, like that, right? Because he keeps moving around, he's getting up, and he's giving this timeline. Oh no, wait, it was Saturday, because I wouldn't even, again, I wasn't here. Just keep listening, and then keep in mind, like, the voice to me sounds extremely familiar. Damn, Quilla, can't you even fight back? Can't you fight back? I need to find that video so I can play it. I didn't have audio on that one, but if y'all have heard it, I'll find it again before the night's up. But to me, sounds like the same person. Didn't even make it there. So I get off my flight around
like 2:16 Mexico time. I guess we're 2 hours ahead. 2:16 p.m.
And most of the time, the truth, we don't really keep coming with the whole, oh, am I not sharing? I am not sharing. Where my share at? Hold up, y'all. Let me get going back on here before I get going anymore. But I'm hoping y'all watching and listening to the whole thing and watch his body language.
I make a phone call. I make a phone call to everybody over there. Like, I need the address. So during this phone call, that's the first time I heard that Quilla wasn't feeling good.
See that there? Y'all saw that? He playing with the hat there. He's trying to, he looked up to see, that's the first time he heard that Quilla wasn't feeling good. And the person on the video didn't call her the Shanquella. So I'm, assuming, that's a nickname maybe lots of people use, that know her or whatever like that. But that was the distinguishing sound that I remember hearing. Quilla, you gonna at least fight back, right? To me, I think this is our guy here, right? And he keep trying to, right now he's trying to establish a timeline to say that he wasn't there. But we got to get I guess a picture of all of the friends to see how many males. Was he the only male there? Because that definitely was a male's voice on there. Let's keep going.
They got that because one of their friends told them that they were seeing signs. So she was showing symptoms of alcohol poisoning.
See?
But I didn't know it was a fight. I got my Bible.
See there? These liars always do that. Here's this book, right? This means something, right? The Bible right here. And he's really thinking that people are going to believe that because he swore in the Bible.
I'm not lying. I'm not going to lie on that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not saving nobody ass. I'm not protecting my ass. I'm just coming here to keep it real because y'all in my DMs going crazy and all this posting my ass and stuff. Like, y'all can go there if y'all want, but it's not going to be crazy. But when I got there, it took us an hour. My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the village because it was traffic.
See, he keep looking up, scratching his head, moving the cap around like that. We ain't even present, but he can't look at us. He can't even look at the camera. He's not even making eye contact. Look at that. Story.
So I got to the villa around 3:26. Instantly, as soon as I go to Quilla didn't leave my side.
Look at that. Now we all know that they said 15 minutes. And really it probably more or less was like 8 minutes or so, because by that time, 8 minutes you really passed out and you can't go without oxygen for so long. But you know what I mean? So we could see right there that was alive. Once her neck was broken, there was no more breathing. She didn't take another breath. There was no more breathing happening after that. So they're saying, 15 minutes or so would be about the last, oxygen is in the your blood. Even though the heart is pumping oxygen. I mean, pumping blood that's deoxygenated. It's just old blood, So that's just a really horrible way to go to, suffocate like that, and mentally you are aware, you can hear, what I mean? I'm sure she heard them laughing and all this taunting and all that stuff, So yeah. Let's go ahead and finish.
The nurse came, but I got too far ahead.
See there? He got to go back and change the story again. These narcissists really think that they have the ability to, fool anybody and to, get anybody to believe what they say. Because he's like, oh, no, wait, the nurse came and all this stuff. Like, okay.
So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room. The fucking villa was like a big ass mansion, no upstairs, all tile on the wall, tile on the floor, straight tile, nothing else. So it just is and what it looked like, well, you're going to see. So when I got there, she was in the game room. They told me she was not feeling good, so I instantly go to her, put on her side.
All right, look at it. Keeping eyes down.
So I'm sitting right next to her the whole time. I was crossing my heart, hope it out. I was there the whole time in the game room, and then they was talking about cooking, so we made it to the living room.
See all those extra details and stuff like that? These are all other indications that someone's telling a story. Like it's story. You know what I mean? Because it keeps giving you story. Like all this stuff is happening. Y'all talking about cooking and all that stuff. She's not breathing. She hasn't moved, right? And look at him. Look at him. Let me show y'all again. Look at that. See that? He's like, he don't care. He antagonized it. He encouraged it. He thought it was funny. I was like, you gonna fight back?
Put on some soft music, sitting with her, rub her head, just chilling, waiting until the nurse came. Because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming and then a female showed up.
Now, who's telling you that? That's not even how the whole game works. I'm not even over there in Mexico. I can tell that's BS.
So, by that time, I skipped nothing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did, find her slumped over her toilet in her room.
See? I got to throw that detail in there. And again, when you have witnessed anything, right? And somebody asks you what happened, you giving them the details from what happened. You don't just, oh yeah, I forgot about this part. That's not how it works, especially when it just happened, right? So he's giving up all these different stories. First, he said they was Quilla, they was in another room. So now how did she get from where he last saw her to slumped over the toilet? Who slumped her over the toilet? Right? She paralyzed from the neck down. She didn't get to the toilet. So here's a lie right there. These are lies. Lies. She fractured neck is broken. She's done. Right? They said that within 15 minutes she's gone. So how they have all this time and then Quilla and did all this stuff and now she slumped over the toilet. How did she get to the toilet? She's a quadriplegic. I know all about those. I took care of them for years. Some of them can't even, depending on where it's at, you may not even be able to do this. Some of them I used to call my little face because that's all they were. You could only do the face. Some of them, they could do this, and move the mouth so they could eat. The ones that was just a face, they couldn't even hold their heads up. They had to, prop them up to support their heads. Because, it's gone. Spinal cord injuries are serious. These are deadly. If they're not attended to immediately, you see 15 minutes. You have to have air. Nobody was there giving her any type of ventilations or, anything like that. So they had to have heard her struggle for breath, not breathe, and die. Just sick. And then to be okay with telling this BS story on social media because everybody's saying explain yourself.
When I got there, so it's like, okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her on her side, I go up.
She chilling, I put her on her side.
And I Quilla get up, I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do, ATVs, a boat, dinner, I missed the chefs, I missed everything. Anyways, fuck that.
Wow.
So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. I say, everybody that know me heard me say this shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video of me pulling up to the villa. When I was cutting up to that.
All right, I'm just gonna stop it right there. He's having some little clinches up in there. But all right, y'all, come on, don't take Sherlock Holmes to figure out or to, I'm just saying that to me the voice sounds very familiar. It sounds as if it's the same voice that we can hear taunting Shanquella about at least fighting back. Can you at least fight back? Who else voice was that? Let's see if we can see who the friends were, where these friends are at. That's what I'd like to know. Show me a picture of all these friends. I'm curious to see who the 6 friends were. Anybody know who these 6 friends are? Or sick friends, huh? Like they one or the other, right? So let me see if I could find. I want to find these friends, sick friends. Let's see who. All right, here it says Shanquella Robinson friends identified. Photos surface on Twitter. Let's see here. I'm just scanning here so to see if I can see any pictures. So far, this just looks like they're just showing pictures of. Oh no! Oh, okay. I mean, this might be worth sharing here. Okay, let's see here. Here's some Twitter stuff. I'm on share. We got some. I found some nuggets here. Okay, let's go ahead and share the screen here. Okay. Ha ha. I am doing it. Okay, here we go. All right, so there's a picture of Shanquella, and it says here, this here. Let's see if we got a date on this. Shanquella Robinson, the source is Twitter. Say update. The tragic and devastating. What is this here? All right, here we go. The tragic and devastating story of Shanquella Robinson is filled with so many questions, but they can all be answered with one word: justice. According to our sisters over at Hello Beautiful, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI, has now gotten involved in the suspicious death of Shanquella Robinson, who mysteriously died while vacationing with friends in Mexico. The federal agency has allegedly intervened on behalf of Shanquella's parents, Salamondra and Bernard Robinson, who reported her death after Mexican authorities suggested there was no foul play. Shanquella's autopsy report later determined that she died from a broken neck and suffered severe spinal cord injuries, which left everyone confused about what happened to Shanquella. Among the among the mounting questions about the recent death of the young Black woman in Mexico are who the people were that she traveled with and why those so-called friends allowed her to be beaten while at least one other person stood by to record the fight on a video. Shanquella Robinson died less than 24 hours after she and as many as 6 friends arrived in Cabo late last month, according to reports. And while the death of the 25-year-old is indeed tragic, it was how she died that was generating an outsized amount of commentary on social media. All right, here's some social media stuff. This is from Mamba Out. It says, everyone go snitch to his daddy that he's a killer. What? Let's see who. I don't know, man. This is some young people type stuff up here. What is this? Twitter. Okay, so I don't have a Twitter account, and I I've never been on Twitter. I don't even think I'm on Twitter. This is some news report, but I don't understand what any of that little Twitter stuff means. But anyways, let's see here. What is this? A video purportedly shows Robinson being brutally beaten by another woman in an apparent hotel room with a tropical view seen from a balcony. The woman in the video, identified as Robinson, is not shown defending herself in the one-sided fight. The brief clip shows the woman identified as Robinson being punched in the head and face multiple times and then on the floor before blows are rained down on her. Wow. Let's see here. Kay Michelle says, for them to beat that girl like that and to tell her to fight is just disgusting. Yes. Just broke my heart. This is why I put the phone down for days at a time. Tears. Shanquella Robinson. Yes, thank you, Kay Michelle. Let's see here. The sensual psychic, Shanquella Robinson, was murdered by Dejanay Jackson and their friends just watched. Wow. How can anyone... So Dejanay Jackson... I think they said something about that's the person that was actually doing the fighting. So she's one of the. We'll look into her in a second. Dejanay Jackson. Let me write this name down. So start building our evidence, our proof. Dejanay Jackson. Wow. All right, we'll check her out, find out what's going on with her. But let's go ahead and continue reading here. It says, how can anyone just watch their friend who is naked and drunk be beat so badly she killed? She even said she couldn't fight back. Wow. All right, so it looks like that's all of the stories over here. If I can get my mouth, where's my mouth? Oh no, here's more. All right. During the fight, a man's voice could be heard imploring the woman identified as Robinson's, telling Quilla to at least fight back, excuse me. Right. And we just heard that, sounds like the voice, same Nazir dude. This video below is graphic and should be viewed with discretion. Okay. I think the video has been removed. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Watch who you call your friends. A snippet of what truly happened in Mexico. FOH. I don't know what that one is. I don't know. FOH. Somebody could let me know what FOH means. Alcohol poisoning my ass. That is Dejanay Jackson fighting her. Wow. So people are calling her out. This is BK. They saying her full name. Let's see. Oh. Uh-oh.
Quilla, can you at least fight back? No.
That's it right there. You see it? Uh-oh.
Fight back,
oh my goodness. You see that? See that posture on the body? That's how you can see the paralysis. See that? How the legs are extended like that? Wow. See? She can't. She can't. She can't. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm trying y'all to get this off really quick. I can't find my mouse. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. And like that was only a snippet. Like she continued and she viciously. Wow. And these are the women that we are breeding. Like I said, my 12-year-old nephew's in middle school and tells me almost every day there's girls fighting, and just vicious fighting, girls fighting and throwing themselves at the boys. It just shows how far the grooming has gone, to where women or young girls are actually believing they have to compete to get these boys. And it's just making the male less ambitious, because they don't even have to try to hunt for the females. They're just throwing themselves at them, and they're showing how savage they can be and brutal, that you would physically kill another woman, right? So all that to say, even the people who are saying that, like, check your friends. Who are your friends here? This is super sad. Yeah. And that was the reason why I chose to come back out here and talk some more about it and change what I was talking about, because this is what we're doing here, supporting these women causes, or just the justice for Shanquella. Wow. Shanquella. And my thing is, how did how do you just even be in the same room with something like that happening, and nobody is just like, hey, stop, or so this is deep, and it gets deeper, but we have to push through this, guys, and really start thinking about our safety and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And who really are friends, and what does that mean? What does that mean about having these friends and things like that? Let me see if I can take that off. Okay, so all that to say is that continue to there I go. Support me, and I appreciate. I'm gonna say, go ahead and like and subscribe too, and I appreciate all the new subscribers that supported me on this new direction that I'm taking this channel in, and continue to support so we can continue to bring awareness, because I'm just feeling like this is exactly what we need now, before things just start to get worse and worse and worse. Because like I said, every day when I get online and I just look at the front page, it's just filled with more and more vicious attacks. And most of them are focused at women and children. So, and that's where my passion is. But again, I always say we take it with a grain of salt. We're not looking at just women or men here. We're looking at people, right? So, because there are some men out there that's on their journey of self actualization and trying to heal and evolve, and some of them have been victim um, from women, right? So everybody could be an abuser, every gender can be a victim too. So, and we all can be survivors. So that's what we're happening here. This channel is about survivors and moving forward and looking forward to the future and all that good stuff. So this is my second one for today, and I'm gonna just go ahead and wrap it up, and I'll see y'all tomorrow on the next video. Peace and love. All right. Yeah. Love yourself first so you can love somebody else.